This morning, Donald Trump's campaign is planning a trip to the Ohio city that's become the epicenter of the country's immigration debate and rampant disinformation. Last night, Trump said he'll visit Springfield, Ohio in the next 2 weeks. Springfield was thrust into the national spotlight when Trump claimed in the debate that Haitian migrants were eating pets. But now the Wall Street Journal has some new details about how Springfield's city manager told the Trump campaign those rumors were false, but they chose to spread them anyway. The Journal even tracked down this Springfield woman you see on your screen. She had reported that her cat was missing and that she believed her migrant neighbors were to blame. Well, the Trump campaign reportedly pointed to her story as an example, but that woman's cat, Miss Sassy, was later found in her own basement a few days later. And the woman acknowledged her mistake and said she apologized to her neighbors with the help of a translation app. But again, that set sail. Here with us now, Chris Cillizza, founder of the So What Substack newsletter, and Alencia Johnson, political strategist and former senior advisor to President Biden's 2020 campaign. Alencia, the more we learn about it, the more it just seems like these claims, right, are even more outrageous. It's going nowhere. So what will the impact be if Donald Trump goes to Springfield?
Oh, it's going to be even worse. I mean, the Springfield citizens were, the government there was talking about the bomb threats, right? You had children going home to their parents asking, is it true that we eat cats and dogs? I was listening to a Slate report about all of this. And so the xenophobia and racism of it all is not to be ignored, and how fact after fact, even the Wall Street Journal, which is usually on the side of Republicans, a little more conservative, it's fact checking this. And the fact that Donald Trump or J.D. Vance will not back down. He's actually only going to Springfield to pour gasoline on these insane rumors that are making it extremely dangerous for, let me be clear, they are not here illegally.
Right.
They are here on a program to actually help, that did actually help the Springfield economy.
I think that's such, there are so many things get lost in this, right? We do this lowest common denominator thing, and it erases all context. These are people who, by and large, are here legally on a program we created to help them. They are filling jobs this is not something that's happened in the last week. It's just when this light shines and we eliminate everything that helps us understand what's really going on here. Yes, there's been an influx of Haitian immigrants into a relatively small town, and figuring out how that all works. That's that's the story of immigration. Like, how do we make that work in America? Yes, it's a complex issue that is worth having a conversation about. This about a lady's cat who is hiding under the porch for 2 days is not that conversation. Like, it's amazing. We've been doing this for so long. It's amazing to me to look at it and be like, your intro, like, they say they're eating pets. Like, imagine if 10 years ago I told you that. We'd be like, what? Like, how did we get here?
Well, didn't it used to be, too, that if you then bring the facts to people, then those campaigns would start to backtrack or would say we misspoke, or they would change the position. But instead, we have Donald Trump and J.D. Vance doubling down, highlighting the rumor more and more and more. And even J.D. Vance, after you point out that these immigrants here are here legally, he was confronted about his claims and messaging about them being here illegally. And here's his response.
Well, if Kamala Harris waves the wand illegally and says these people are now here legally, I'm still going to call them an illegal alien. An illegal action from Kamala Harris does not make an alien legal. That is not how this works.
And then I want to play what a local Springfield resident is saying on these issues.
We have problems with resources. The Haitian community needs support. We need support. We need support to be able to support them. But all anybody cares about talking about is eating cats and dogs.
So, Alencia, I mean, immigration is an area where Trump has had the lead when you look at the issues and you poll people on the issues. But is this the way to connect on this issue with the voters?
Well, sadly, this shows us the difference between who leads in a narrative versus understanding truth, right? Because the reality is these Springfield residents, and I've listened to several podcasts and a lot of reporting, a lot of these residents up until this moment, have been living together cohesively, right? The economy is thriving because of the program that the Haitian immigrants have been brought over to Springfield to help, right? And so this isn't helping the conversation to resolve immigration here in the United States. But what it is helping is Donald Trump inflaming this conversation to gain support, which is really disgusting because the backlash and the pushback and the racism and all the egregious things that we are hearing about this community are coming from people who are not in that community. And it is a shame that J.D. Vance, the senator of Ohio, can't even admit that he was wrong, and let alone actually protect his constituents.
Chris, Vance, Axios has said Vance's strategy is a zero-shame strategy. Your thoughts?
I think we live in some ways in a zero-shame political world. What worries me the most, you mentioned this. Look, politicians have said, I think this is a little bit more ridiculous, but politicians have said ridiculous things for a long period of time. What really worries me, to pick up on your point, is people didn't really believe it. You could say, look, there's no evidence. Here's the city manager. Here's the police chief from the town. They say this isn't happening. And people are like, well, that's weird. Why did that politician say that? What worries me is YouGov did a poll, last week, and it was like 50% of Republicans think that Haitians are eating their pets. It's like, that's what concerns me, right, is that people believe this junk contra facts. And that is, to Lencia's point, bad for democracy. Whether you're Republican, Democrat, liberal, whatever, that's bad. And it's bad for where we head in the future.
Chris Cillizza, Alencia Johnson, good to see you. Thank you for the conversation.